Thank you very much, Oxygen TV, for having me. I am Alek Malaak Ayuen, Miss Earth 2023-2024, Miss People's Choice Africa, and I am here at Majesty Salon. Get your nails done here and your hair, and bring your husbands and boyfriend. Thank you very much for having me, and I love you guys. Mwah. Happy New Year.
It's 2024, baby. And you know there's some things that you're not supposed to be doing. First of all, don't fall in love if you ain't got no money. They said money is not everything, but trust me, money is everything. Two people cannot live together without money. Number two is everything that attracts your eyes, don't fall for it. It's a trap. Welcome to Oxygen TV. My name is Atemjido. I am the HNIC of the MIC. It stands for the head nigger in charge of the mic. Today, man, I'm going to be with my beautiful sister. She's one of the gorgeous ladies in the country. You know, she has been, doing a lot. She happened to be Miss Earth South Sudan 2023-2024. And she represented South Sudan in Miss People's Choice Africa in Vietnam. You know, she goes by the name, man, the expensive name, Mercedes Alek Malaak Ayuen. I'm so happy to have you once again, my sister.
Welcome
back again.
Thank you.
I love shaking your hand.
I know. I'm saying that.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay, talking about the occasion. I mean, the last event that just happened in Vietnam. You know, of course, everybody knows that you did not make it, and it's not only you that is frustrated. All of us, the country is like, why has every day? You get because we want you to win.
Yeah.
We saw you topping the list for some 3 days, and everybody we were confident. Like we were like, okay, this one we're going to take it. It's her now and basketball that are taking us somewhere.
Okay.
But all of a sudden you came up with the news. No, I did not make it. We were like, what? We're like, why do you think you did not make it?
Well, let's try and break it down to not make it.
Yeah.
So the thing is, the voting, as I said, was broke down into continents.
Yeah.
So in the African team, I was the first one, so I made it there. So I was Miss People's Choice Africa. And worldwide, I was Miss People's Choice number 4. Okay? The place where I didn't make it was like the Miss Earth, the Miss Earth Fire, Miss Earth Water, and Miss Earth Air.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what they look for, but again, this comes in, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's, as much as we want people to know about pageantries and all that, I'd love to say this to the pageants outside there. It's the 21st century. My skin should not limit me to doing some things. You understand? Well, as much as there were beautiful people over there, but because of our skin and because of our background, we couldn't make it. And I know it's gonna lead to the question whereby, because if probably this gets out there and everybody's gonna question like, why would she say that we've had like black queens, become queens? When you sit down and look at the strategy and the time, and you see when did these queens win and how, like after how many years does another black queen win, then it doesn't make sense, because there's no way you'd say because Miss Earth happens every year. Okay, we've only had like one black queen. So if this has happened like from 2000 and something until now, and we've had only one black person win, does it make sense? You understand? So, and again, I don't want to use my skin as a reason as to why I never made it outside there.
But I think our skin now, people love it so much.
Well,
so nice.
Our skin is loved when it comes, and I remember there's a spoken word I did for the talent show during the Miss Earth Vietnam. And this spoken word, I said it with everything I had in my bones, because there's some experiences I went through when I was there that made me cry, that made me feel broken, and that made me want to question, why God, why did I have to be born with this skin? You understand? But again, it's the same thing that gave me power, because if my skin is making me limited to getting to some, positions, then I should fight very hard. As a black person, I'm gonna say this, we work 10 times harder than the other races. Okay? So for us to be there, most of the queens were like, okay, I did this, I did that. Because you remember we used to have pre-judging. We were still back in our countries. We had like the videos and all that. But you realize even they never counted. But I still call it a win for me. I might not have carried the crown for Miss Earth. But when I went to Vietnam, I went with the mentality that I am a queen. I did not go to that country as something. I went with a crown that calls me Miss Earth South Sudan. So I am still a queen. And this is what I tell my other queens and the delegates there. Number 6, when it's put down there, on your side is a 9. On my side, it's a 6. But it's the same number. We are right, but on different positions. So the queen got the crown and she won it. I won in some different ways. 1, I got to represent my country international wide. Second, I got to have experiences. Third, I got to know what I want to do after this. So my wins, I think, are more important. And I feel like that's not the end of it. I feel like I'm going to work better, work smart, and then I'm going to get back to the pageant. Though it's going to be a different one this time. I won't be going for the Miss Earth again. So that's a little bit secret. I'll be working on myself, getting to know where I went wrong and what I need to do. And then you guys will be seeing me on stage again.
That's great. That's great. That's great. You see, this is what I always tell people, especially artists, when you are being recognized in Africa. It's always a breakthrough for South Sudan. You know, because South Sudan is not known for such things, you know, talents and all that. So if you get a chance to go and represent South Sudan, just go with a mind of a winner, that you're going to bring something. But if you don't make it, don't be frustrated. You get? Because
well, there's nothing like don't make it. Because for you to actually, you know, get on a plane and go do something, you have already made it. For you to wake up in the morning, you have already made it. There's nothing like you have not made it.
Talking about last year was my first time to enter the plane. I was very happy. I was very happy.
You see? And then sometimes something I have realized about us humans and God blessing us and everything else. Because when I got into all this one word I told myself, God take the wheel. I know I'll look so bougie and everything, but I am a prayerful woman, guys. I pray, I get on my knees and I pray on everything.
Do you go to church?
Well, that's a different question, but let's not talk about it. So yes, everything I'll tell everybody is like, you know, handle all your problems and give it to God. Like,
that's true.
Do not say, I have to do this. What am I going to eat tomorrow? No, it's not onto you. You're not the one onto control, you know. It's God. So just like you say, God, I'm giving you my problems. I'm giving you my car. Drive it for me and take me wherever you want to take me. And the blessings I've had is because I am grateful. And you tend to find people are not grateful at all, which breaks people's heart. Because let's say in the pageants happening in South Sudan, I'm just going to give an example. So we find like they have other international pageants. So I am grateful enough to have made it to the international stage. But somebody do not make it, and then I come back and be grumpy and be rude and be everything else. You see, I've already blocked my next blessing from God.
True.
So you need to be grateful every day. You got to eat, well and good. You got to drink water. Be grateful.
That's nice.
And that's it.
Some good words from her. And I'm so impressed.
Motivational speaker.
Yeah, you're becoming one.
I am. I was born one.
One thing I'm grateful is that you did not come back empty-handed. You came back with a title.
Miss People's Choice Africa.
Yeah, that's a very nice title. Yes. That's a nice title. Tell me, what was the prize for someone who was going to be crowned, or someone that was crowned?
According to how I laughed, you guys already know the answer to that. So
not you, the person who got the crown.
Oh, the person who got the crown?
Yeah.
I don't know. I do not know.
So you.
But I know there's a sum of money they're given, and they get to become ambassador to, like, because Miss Earth is more of an environmental, platform. So she gets to become an ambassador when it comes to going to countries and representing the country on environmental crisis. So that's all I know.
But the prize was not communicated.
Well, since for me, I don't pay attention to some things that do not concern me. Unless I won it, then that would have concerned me. And plus,
no. But before going there, you should have known what the prize was.
That's why I said I don't know sincerely, but I know there's a sum of money you're given, but I do not know how much it is.
All right.
Yes.
That's great. So, and since you disclosed that, that was great. So what is the next step now for you?
Well, excuse me. Well, the next plan, you never know what the next plan is. And I do have big projects that are not just gonna benefit me, but benefit people. I wanna give back to the community, and that's how I've been since I grew up. So I have a few projects in mind, and also a few projects that involve the country as a whole, South Sudan. So a few of my projects that are really to my heart is I want to have a talk show, because you guys can see I'm very good when it comes to talking and interviewing. So I want to have a talk show and get to like cover the lifestyles of the lifestyle in South Sudan, how people live, the culture, the business women, the businessmen, the tycoons, everything, so that I could give a clear picture of what South Sudan is. Because for me, when I was out there, I was just like, the youngest nation, the nation that got its independence in 2011. That was all about it. Or maybe like the basketball criteria and nothing more. So as I said, it's a talk show. The next one is I love the environment, and I'm an environmentalist. So this is where I have the Parliament of Queens. I was supposed to launch it before I left, but due to my dad's sickness and all that, I couldn't. So we already have a team called the Parliament of Queens. And because South Sudan has a lot of queens, I decided to bring them under one umbrella and get to initiate projects one by one and tackle them and see what we can do as the queens of the country. Because you remember the first time you questioned me about beauty pageants, and you said, people think of beauty pageants is all prostitution and all that. So what do you think? So this Parliament of Queens is to bring another picture of what queens are. And together as the queens in South Sudan, we're trying to bring change in the street child life, in the adult's life, to do with our grandparents, and you see the old people and everything. We're just trying to make our environment, not only the trees, the rivers, we're also trying to make the environment for the people pleasurable, whereby they can live and just, say, oh, I'm home and I'm happy and all that. So I do have a few projects in mind, and these projects I cannot be able to initiate by myself.
That's great.
I need the help of the communities, I need the help of the government, and I need the help of my brothers and sisters. In general, I need togetherness so that these projects can be able to be initiated. And that leads to another project I'm planning on initiating Plant a Million Trees across South Sudan. Because South Sudan is beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's amazing, the River Nile and everything else. But there was a question we got asked when we were in Vietnam, and they told us, what do you think is making people not get connected to the environment? And the thing is, sorry, my crown is not fixed, let me fix it again. The thing is, when you realize here in South Sudan, we do not have parks, you see. Because when you go to places like Vietnam, there's a park, there's a river flowing, and there's trees that people can go walk out and just get a stroll, and they get connected back to the environment. And you see, nowadays we just give our kids tablets. They just use the phones, they go to school, they come back. We have not let them connect to the environment so that they can understand how is the environment so important to us. So this is also what I would really want to ask the government also, like to initiate parks in the city, in the counties, and everywhere else, so that old people, young children, everybody can be able to get connected back to the environment. And so I have all these projects, and since I already said them on camera, they'll be asking, oh, she said this and she never did this and she never said this and she never did it. Yeah. And again, all I'm going to say is that the first time I got crowned, people were like, she's going to be like the other queen. I'm not like the other queens. And the other queens, they did try their best to try and build and do other things. We are all different in our ways. I'm going to give back. I'm going to try my best. I'm not the same. I am totally different. I am unique. I am smart. But all I need is the help from the community and everybody else.
Trust me, we got you. We got you. Because, you know, everyone wants to work with someone who is capable of doing something. And you got the community. The community is going to help you on that. Talking about your dad, you've been talking about him. How bad do you hope is he?
Well, he had a surgery, a brain surgery, I think on 24th. He's in India. He's recovering, and the love that he has for the country and the love that people have for him is gonna make him get better, and he's gonna get back to the cameras, because I'm so good at cameras because he's also very good at cameras. So he's gonna get back and he's gonna say, guys, I'm okay and I'm here. You know,
it's like you're so connected to him.
I am more like him. No. My mom is really when you see about me and her like sisters, she's so gorgeous and everything else, and I'm connected to both of my parents.
Okay. I
think the most important thing about me is my heart is open to everybody else, like so open. I don't get the love back, but I do have the love for other people. I'm very connected to my dad. I'm very connected to my mom. I'm connected to everybody else. And that's why I always say that your heart has to be too big and give out the love so that we can make this world a better place. It doesn't start with anybody else, it starts with your heart. That's great. So I am very connected with my dad and my mom.
That's great. I have one thing for you, and I really want you to talk about it so much. And this is the last question that we're going to have together right now for this. No, for me, for today.
The way you said, I hope it's not a tough question.
No, it's not tough. It's not tough.
Okay.
What have you achieved so far ever since you became Miss South Sudan?
Growth. I have grown. I have realized and have known my potential. I have known the limits to me, and they're not there. I am not limited. And I have got connected to my country, because I am South Sudanese, born in Kenya, and when I was in Kenya, I had a really different, thoughts about my country and all that. But since this journey, it has really taught me a lot. I have gotten to know myself like deep, gotten to know like, oh, Mercedes, you are smart and you are beautiful, very gorgeous. And so yeah, in short, I have experienced and I have grown, and I'm willing to grow more, and I'm willing to work with a lot of people. So yeah.
That's great. That's great.
You want me to ask you a question?
You can ask. You can ask. But what are you going to ask about me? I'm not a celebrity.
So what do you think of me since day one that we have met?
What I have been thinking about you.
What do you think of me?
What do I think about? What do I think about you?
Yeah,
of course, someone who will change the country.
What's one word to describe
someone who would change, who's going to change the country?
Wow.
Yeah,
and that's me.
You're so sophisticated. That's one thing I know about you. All right, that's nice. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and keep watching Oxygen TV. We have a lot and a lot. And I'm not going to say anything. I would like to wish everybody Happy New Year. Stay safe. Atem Judo is my name. I'm out and breathe in.
This is Oxygen. Breathe in.